Hello everyone, welcome to Vidhigya Explained Series. Topic for today's discussion is FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force. So in this topic we'll discuss about what is Financial Action Task Force, when it was established, and what is the objective of Financial Action Task Force. So the FATF is an intergovernmental body. First thing, it is an intergovernmental body established in 1989 on the initiative of G7. So during the G7 meet, it was decided to create FATF, the Financial Action Task Force. Therefore, in 1989, FATF was established. So now here it mentioned G7. So we must also know about what is G7. So G7 is a grouping of most developed economies around the world, and there are 7 countries, which I'll discuss with you. So that's how you can remember G7. Juice GF. So J here is Japan, U here is USA, I here is Italy, C here is Canada, E here is UK, England, or you can say UK, G here is Germany, F here is France. So this is how you will remember G7 countries. So it about now FATF. So FATF is a policy making body which works to generate the necessary political will to bring about national legislative and regulatory reforms in various areas. And FATF Secretariat is housed at the OECD headquarter in Paris. So headquarter in FATF Paris. So it is a policy making body whose work is to give necessary inputs to the governments to frame a legislation in order to counter the activities which are given under FATF, and we will discuss what all activities are under FATF. So the roles and functions. So initially it was established to examine and develop measures to combat money laundering. Initially it was related to its function only related to money laundering. So that function was restricted to money laundering, that it will examine and will suggest policy measures that the national governments have to take in order to combat money laundering. Later, FATF expanded its mandate to incorporate efforts to combat terror financing. So later, terror financing is also included in the mandate of FATF. So two objectives, two mandates is to counter money laundering and to combat terror financing, that financing to the terrorist organization. In money laundering, you all know. So in April 2012, it added efforts to counter the finance of proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, also to check the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. So this is the roles, and this is all about the roles and functions of FATF. So now composition. FATF currently comprises 37 members jurisdiction and 2 regional organizations. So 37 member jurisdiction and 2 regional organizations. These 2 regional organizations are GCC, that is Gulf Cooperation Council, and European Union. So these are the 2 organizations. So in total 39, that is 37 plus 2, representing the most major financial center in all parts of the globe. It is also observers and associate member. So it is also observers and associate member. So there are 2 types of list under the FATF. One is blacklist and other is gray list. So we'll discuss about blacklist and gray list. So what is blacklist? So countries known as non-cooperative countries or territories. So blacklist are those countries which are known as non-cooperative countries or territories. Non-cooperative territories are put in blacklist. These countries support terror funding and money laundering activity. So these countries directly support. So countries in blacklist directly supports money laundering and terror financing activity. So the FATF regularly revises the blacklist, adding or deleting entries. So this is about blacklist. So these countries are those countries which actively, or which you can say actively support money laundering and terror financing. Now about gray list. So gray list, the countries that are considered safe haven. So countries in the gray list are those countries which are considered safe haven for supporting terror funding and money laundering. So those countries which are non-cooperative or which directly or actively support terror financing and money laundering and are put in blacklist, and in gray list those countries which are considered to be safe haven, where the laws, regulations, policies are not that strong to combat money laundering and terror financing. These countries are put under the gray list. So what does it mean by gray list? So when a country is put in the blacklist, what happens? So economic sanctions from IMF, World Bank, and Asian Development. Economic sanctions can be imposed. problem in getting loans from IMF, World Bank, Asian Development, other country, reduction in international trade, international boycott. So because of these things, the country tried to improve their policy, strengthen their laws and regulations so that the FATF does not put the country under the blacklist or gray list, which will have devastating effect on its economy. So that is all about this FATF. Now we'll discuss 5 questions. Question number 1, FATF was established in which year? Your options are here. Option A is 1979, option B 1989, option C 1999, option D none of the above. So the correct option is second, 1989. Question number 2, how many groups are part of FATF? Your options are 3, 2, 4, none of the above. The correct option is 2. We have discussed 2, Gulf Cooperation Council and European Union. Question number 3, which of the following is not a member of G7? Your options are India, Canada, USA, France. The correct option is India. India is not a member of G7. India is a member of G20. And so other 4 members are UK, Germany, Japan, and Italy. Question number 4, which of the following countries under the blacklist of FATF? So your options are Israel, Sudan, Pakistan, Iran. The correct option is Iran. So under blacklist. Currently there are 2 countries. One is Iran, and one is Iran, and other one is North Korea. So this I forgot to explain in the session, but for your information, this is the news that 2 countries currently are under the blacklist. Pakistan is in the gray list. The headquarters of FATF located in which city? Last question. Your option London, Dubai, Paris, none of the above. And the correct option is Paris. So that's all for this session. Stay logical with Vidhigya, your best pal in CLAT Preps.